And this one is to you, Samuel Metepe. You are in Romford, UK. From Ifwa, your mom, as well as your auntie Lucy, Paulina, and the rest of the family. Auntie Felicia is also available, and all of us. And we wish you all the best in life. We know that God has a lot in store for you. Well, as far as it is, that's closer. Akese Brimpong featuring Calvis Hammond, and you hope that you enjoy that rendition from the man himself, Akese Brimpong. Now, let's straight away hit your screens with the latest of the news headlines we have on the front pages. We start with a daily graphic. It has on the front page, your jobs are secure, and that is the Energy Minister, Boakye Agyarko, telling the workers of ECG. And it's on the front page. It's been captured like this. It's a government may revert to a 4-year SHS if, and that's Professor Jambafo and Accra Region Police Command declares war on Langat armed robbers. So those are the stories. We have that. We also know that the man said the same thing when he paid a courtesy call on the multimedia group on Wednesday. We have that story. The Minister of Energy, Boakye Agyarko, assuring staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana that their jobs have been secured for 20 years under the renegotiated Ghana Power Compact 2 arrangement. Under the Compact 2, ECG is to be leased to a concessionaire to manage, operate and invest in the company for a period of some 20 years. Well, we know that that has also been met with some agitation, and the Daily Graphic rightly captures it. The takeover has come about as a result of the Millennium Challenge Power Compact Agreement signed between the government of Ghana and that of the United States of America. Addressing a press conference in Accra yesterday to give answers to some concerns raised by stakeholders as well as the local chapter of the Public Utilities Workers Union of ECG, Boakye Agyarko, who is the Minister of Energy, gave all those assurances to the workers of ECG. Another story that has also dominated the front page of the Daily Graphic is on page 16 and is on education, particularly on the free SHS policy, and it's been rightly captured as saying, and just one more leaflet and I go there. It says government may revert to the duration of senior high school education from the current 3 years to 4 if it is proving that the 4-year duration offers better quality education. And the Minister of Planning, Professor George Jambafo, who dropped the hint, said government will study the result of the current system for 2 years before taking a definite decision on whether to stick to the 3 years or revert to the 4-year system. He was speaking in Accra at the presentation of the 2016 Ghana Social Development Outlook as produced by the Social Division of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research of the University of Ghana, ISE. Daughters of Kolebu also donate, Daughters of Kolebu CEO donate medicines to the hospital, and that's also captured on the front page. On the back page of the Daily Graphic, though, Food and Agricultural Show underway in Tamale, and it says the 8th National Food and Agric Show has opened in Tamale with a pledge by government to help boost food production and consumption through the flagship program Planting for Food and Jobs. And if you just want to have a lot more about the story, please make sure that you log on to Major Online TV on YouTube as well as majorline.com, but also go to the Daily Graphic and you get a lot more of what has been said or captured in the Daily Graphic. Now we get to the Ghanaian Times. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, so you see a picture there of piled up passports at the passport office. It says apparently 10,000 passports left uncollected, and that's according to the Director of Passports. And we also brought you a story in that effect, and also talking about the current initiatives to make sure that they expedite the processes in acquisition of passports. Okay, and then other stories we also have on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, and you have it there. It says government can't reduce fuel prices. They are determined by deregulation policy. And you have a picture there of Dr. Amin Anta, a Deputy Minister of Energy. The story is captured on page 17 of the paper. That's the Ghanaian Times. It says government has said it is unable to reduce fuel prices because external and internal factors are responsible for the increase or otherwise of the market prices. It said it is concerned about recent hikes in fuel, but had little to do in controlling them because of the factors that determine the prices. Government gets worried, according to the Deputy Minister for Energy, Dr. Aminanta, and this was said at that press conference. And at the same press conference, they addressed the issues of the workers and the agitations of the workers of the Electricity Company of Ghana. 2 jailed, 36 years for armed robbery. No back down on restructuring of VRA. Other stories also dominating the front page of the Ghanaian Times. On the back page, though, you get to the back page, it says some 452,000 Ghanaians blind. And apparently, an estimated Ghanaians of that number are currently either blind or have severe visual impairment. The Ghana Blindness Visual Impairment Study has revealed. And of the figure, we're told that some 267,000 are projected to be blind, with 185,000 severely visually impaired. And as of 2015, when the study was conducted, some 190,000, which is about 0.74% of Ghanaians were blind, while we had an extra 270,000 having severe visual impairment. So it was at the launch of a study in Accra on Tuesday by Dr. Boating Riafe of the Operation Eyesight Universal and principal investigator of the study, etc. Confirmation to be paperless by close of the year. We're talking about the hospital. So we do the daily guide. On the front page of the daily guide, we have NDC campaign cash stolen, says Kwesi Botwe reports. And then we have demo hits Metro Mass boss over $105,000 car and Apia Stadium free. You have a picture there as well. But let's get on to some of those stories. On the front page, it's been captured on page 3, we're told. So we go to page 3 of the daily guide. And it says the report of the Professor Kwesi Botwe Committee, which was set up to investigate why the NDC embarrassingly lost the December 7 elections, has been indicated that the electorate considered the campaign of them ruling NDC, of the then ruling NDC offensive. And it goes on and on, okay? So those are the, and then we have Apia Stadium freed, we already know that, and demo hits Metro Mass. The story captured on, it says page 6, so let's go to page 6 and see. It's not there. Okay, so it says passengers using Metro Mass Transit buses across the country were disappointed on Wednesday as the workers staged a massive demonstration or protest against the managing director, Bennett Abuaje. So that's how it's captured on the front page of the daily guide. Let's go on to the next paper. We have the Business and Financial Times. On the front page of the Business and Financial Times, we have economy records 9% growth in second quarter. That's massive, higher since 2014. And that's significant, I should say. And the country's economy grew by some 9% in the second quarter of this year, and it's been the highest recorded since the third quarter of 2014, when it grew by some 13.5%, according to the Ghana Statistical Service latest data. This is a significant improvement over the 1.1% growth recorded over the same period last year. Compared to the same period last year, the economy grew by that percentage, and so we should be happy about that. Any growth in the economy is significant as it is. Other stories we have on the front page: NPA to revoke licenses of fuel smugglers, and that has also been captured on the front page of the Business and Financial Times. So you get to find all the stories there. Italy's decision brings certainty, according to a former finance minister, Setekpe. But there's a rejoinder by Abiola B, who are supporting Bank of Ghana governor on banks downgrading. And then we have on the back page, Odotobri, a CIMG Rural Bank of the Year. Congratulations to them. And Shell launches filling a deep promo. Half-year fire outbreak caused hits apparently some 25 million Ghana cedi, a sharp decline from 86 million Ghana cedi for same period last year. That's great improvement, a mark or sharp improvement. The next paper we're looking at is The Daily Dispatch newspaper, it has on the front page, exclusion of Ayu brothers, Nyantechi backs appeals decision. I think that the fact that we're even talking about them shows that they are very important to the team. So if we're supposedly saying they are not on form, and that's accounting for them not being selected, it also shows how crucial they are to the Black Stars team. I really love the DIU, I mean, personally. Energy Minister advises ECG workers. And then on the back page, we have the President of the Association of Bankers Laws, revocation of licenses of UT and Capital Banks. And Jaco advises ECG staff, get your severance package and leave if you don't want to stay in the company. I think it's good advice. Okay, so those are the stories we have in the Daily Dispatch newspaper summarily. Let's do the last paper, the final newspaper. It has on the front page, oil funds, sanction offenders, expert opinion leaders demand. Ghana records 101% increase in FDI flows as foreign direct investment inflows into the Ghana economy. Confidence in the economy soars, so it has increased significantly. That's critical. And to a lot of statistics. That story is captured on page 3 of the paper, the Business Finder. So you just have to get onto the Business Finder to get a lot more of those such stories. But let's quickly also look at some of the stories on the various online portals, and very soon we'll go onto the online portals and go and look at those stories as well. So we have Ghana could save 1 billion. Ghana could save 1 billion, but we have other stories there as well. Okay, so you get to the homepage of myjoyonline.com. Ghana could save 1 billion Ghana cedis through digital payments by 2020, and that's according to a UN report. It says a UN-based Better Than Cash Alliance has released a report documenting Ghana's progress in creating an economy where everyone can pay and get paid digitally instead of cash. I think so too. If you have to pay your mason digitally, at least you know that some taxes could also be retrieved, because people in the informal sector virtually pay less of the taxes than the formal sector. UN General Assembly, Kufuor's speech and matters arising. There's an opinion. Let's look at this one too. Videos and photos. New chaos in Uganda Parliament as Speaker suspends 25 MPs. A lot of things are happening. 4-year SHS back on the table, and the Nana Akufo-Addo government is considering a possible review of the length of the senior high school program from 3 years to 4 years. According to what the critics say, supposedly the period in which we implemented the 4-year program initially resulted in some good results at the end of the period when they wrote WASI. As the West African School Certificate examinations. So, external factors to blame for petroleum price hikes, according to government. And this one you have Dr. Amin Anta, who is the Deputy Minister of Energy, saying all that. Well, what can we say? I am too hot to be in anyone's pockets. Greater Accra Police Chief. It's not actually Greater Accra Police, it's Accra Region Chief, because Greater Accra comprises Tema Region, Accra Region, etc. So his right designation is Accra Region Police Commander. Okay. We have a reduction in electricity tariff will take effect in 2018. Boakye Jalkon, Energy Minister Boakye Jalkon, assured Ghanaians they will witness a reduction in their tariffs in electricity in 2018. Hot video, Apia Stadium makes Adowa entry into Kumasi. Apart from his sharp tongue, which nearly got him into trouble, the NDC serial caller Frank Kweku Apia does have some great Adowa dancing steps too. He's really a showman, isn't he? Tier 2 Bruhaha, government races against time, halts Mammoth public races time against... Okay, let me read this sentence well. Tier 2 Bruhaha, government races against time, halt Mammoth public sector... Okay, I think the sentence, I think you should rather have read, government races against time to halt Mammoth public sector strike. Okay, so we have other stories there. We're told that violent storm wreaked havoc on Peace, OK, NEAT, and Atenkai FM transmission facilities, and so they were off air a couple of hours or day or so, and they came back the whole of yesterday, I believe, before the close of the day. Let's go on to some of the stories we're having on the other online portals. We go to City FM. You go to City FM, you have MMT board chair denies workers allegations of wrongdoing. 25-year-old fake police officer apparently has been jailed for 8 years. Grade 1 there. And we also have NPP considering 4-year SHS duration again. And prepare to exit ECG after redundancy pay. All right. What do you want? You want to take your money and leave, or what? Greater Accra Police, it's Accra Region Police. I know the media will like making that mistake. Greater Accra consists of the various police divisions. We have Amasaman Police, we have Accra Region, we have Tema Region. So they have 2 main regions in Accra, Tema, etc. Anyway, forget about the education I'm giving you. So it's Accra Police, Accra Region Police Boss calls on City FM, urges collaboration. And then we have DCOP George Alex Mensah. Let's go up. Customers stranded as ECG workers embark on sit-down strike. So those are the other stories we have. All right. Let's look at the Africa page of the BBC. Toddler run over by Boko Haram walks again, and Ali Amadou had spinal cord surgery in Dubai 3 years after being attacked in northeast Nigeria. And apparently now he can walk. That's good news. When Parliament gets punchy, Ugandan MPs have been brawling in Parliament, but apparently they are not the only ones. We have other highlights also. Anti-Zuma protests held in South Africa. Tried making impeachment proceedings against him. After it didn't work. Tennis ball-sized diamond sold for 53 million. Wow. Dollars. Egypt arrests 7 over rainbow flag. LGBT. Ghana asks Ayu Brothers for Uganda time. It's occupying the Africa football column of the sports page of the BBC. And apparently Nigeria, they retained their squad for the 2018 qualifier. We're not doing too well in the qualifiers for the World Cup. So let's see how that goes. I wish that we never qualify. I don't think we'll qualify. I know it's a very controversial statement. But as of now, that'll be it for the latest newspaper headlines. We have Benedict also will be here with the latest of the stories. And please do stay on. There some great matches in the Champions League. Chelsea, my team, we won a great match. And then, well, Manchester United, just think about them, just walloping the opponent, CSK Moscow. Benedict also has the rest of all those details from the UEFA Champions League, the latest on the Ayu brothers being asked from the squad to face Uganda, and the latest we have from the local league. Please do stay on. We will be right back.